Curious about the Quickstart, your first 100 Days Accelerator, and how it can transform your leadership journey? Join us in this exclusive live broadcast where we answer the top 5 questions executives and entrepreneurs just like you have about this course. From understanding what the course covers to hearing real-world success stories, this video addresses all of it. Watch now and discover how Quickstart can be your blueprint for success. Hello and welcome, team. Welcome to this month's live broadcast. And today we're going to be doing things a little bit different from our normal monthly episode because we're going to answer some of the most common questions that we've received about our new program that we're releasing in September. It's called Quickstart, your first 100 Days Accelerator. So let's jump into it. Before we get into the questions, there's probably some people out there that are listening that are not familiar with us. And I wanted to take the opportunity to show the bigger picture first before we jump into those questions. So I'm Wayne Brown, by the way. Hello. I'm head of coaching for companies, and we abbreviate coaching for companies to C for C. So at C for C, we have 3 core pillars of focus: consulting, and we do that with small to medium-sized companies. We have executive career development, typically through organizations who wish to develop their executives. And then we have executive coaching. Now, this coaching can be one-on-one, it can be coaching for teams, or it can be coaching for diverse groups. So as this month, as you can see on the screen, top right, this month we're celebrating our 5th anniversary. All right. And one way that we're doing it in many ways, but one way that we're doing it, we're going to look at things through our development pillar, our executive career development pillar. Now, we have 2 main sections in this development pillar. In fact, the first section, and let me just hide myself for a moment so you can actually see the screen properly. The first section is where we are today. So we're coming to you through the ET Project Live. So you can see that inside the red box there. And as you can see, the ET Project is our free cluster of programs. We have 4 different ones. We have the weekly podcast. We have this live broadcast. We have a quarterly masterclass, as well as a quarterly challenge. And on top of that, then, we have our second section, which is part of our development pillar, but these are our premium paid programs. So it's called the ET Academy, and you can see that we have quarterly masterminds or virtual masterminds every quarter. We are actually doing one at the end of this month, the end of next week, in fact, starting on the 26th of August. It's called Facilitation Mastery Mastermind. I'm not going to do a big sales spiel on that. I'm sure if you're interested, you'll find a lot of promotional material elsewhere. In addition to the virtual masterminds, we host 3 Destination Masterminds at different exotic locations around the world. Our next 3-day getaway is coming up in October. I believe it's over in Colorado Springs. And then, of course, what we're celebrating and what we're going to be answering questions about is our newest flagship program. So in these flagship programs, we offer anywhere between 3 days with the new program, right through to 12-month programs. These are our flagships. But the new program is our Quickstart course, and that's what we're going to be talking about. All right, so that's a high-level overview or introduction to who we are, coaching for companies. Under this one pillar, we have 3 pillars: consulting, development, and coaching. But under this one pillar, we have those two sections, the ET project, and then we have the ET Academy. The project is for our 4 free programs, and then the ET Academy includes 3 different sections for our premium paid products. So that brings us to the main reason for our conversation here today. This is going to be quite short, by the way. Normally we have a monthly live broadcast that runs about an hour. I expect this will probably only be about half that time. So we're introducing a new course, which is being released in September. The reason we're releasing it twofold. One, we were requested to develop this program by some clients that we have in Singapore. But the other, from a timing point of view, is we're releasing it in line with our 5-year celebrations. So we've been operating for 5 years through the mothership, which is Skill for Executives, and one of the divisions, we trade under the name Coaching for Companies. I'm going to give you more details after I answer the questions on where you can learn and register more about this particular course that we're releasing. But as I was putting this together, one thing that occurred to me is that we've recently expanded our following quite a lot. And we regularly promote our products together with an image of myself. And because you may not know who I am, I thought, gosh, I best take the opportunity, just 30 seconds, because I've not had the privilege to meet many of you, and I would love to just have the opportunity to introduce who I am. And I'll start by answering a simple question, I guess. Who the heck is Wayne Brown? Okay, so what's my credentials that enable me to create and develop this course along with others and to lead this organization? So you may not be able to tell, but I have quite a lot of gray hair. I've been doing it, my career as such spans about 46 years. That's both in the corporate as well as the entrepreneurial space. So during this time, I've been exceptionally fortunate. I've had the opportunity to work and live extensively around the world. I've been mentoring many colleagues, whether it's in sport, in the community services, as well as in the business space for at least, well, it's more than 30 years. In the past decade, I've been coaching executives worldwide at all levels. So whether they're emerging leaders, whether they're C-suite personnel executives. And then what you will find in many of our courses, as is the case here in this Quickstart course, many of these programs are built around our experience in dealing with executives through that spectrum, that landscape. So whether it's through the corporate world, whether it's through my entrepreneurial experience, whether it's through the case studies of working and mentoring, coaching different executives, we build a lot of case studies, and we use these, of course, discreetly, but we use them in our programs. And therefore, our programs are based on first-hand experience. And Quickstart, your first 100 Days Accelerator, a 3-day course is no different. So finally, for the last third of my career, I was head of learning, responsible for executive education across Asia Pacific. And for a portion of that time, I served as the global head of learning for a Fortune 500 company. Now, additional to that, through my extensive global experience and hands-on through mentoring, facilitating, as well as coaching, it's really equipped me with a deep understanding of the unique challenges and the opportunities that executives face in various functions and regions. Heck, I was an executive for a large part of my life, and this enables me to provide both tailored as well as impactful guidance, I believe anyway, Sorry, I should have brought myself back on the screen, but I believe. So I'm hoping that this very short introduction of myself gives you a little bit more comfort about the quality behind the programs and the face that you see in our promotional, in our branding. So who I am and where I've come from and what qualifies me, if you like, to do what we're doing. By the way, I'm definitely not pretending to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. I've seen a lot of things, I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've learnt a lot in the process. So that's a little bit about Wayne Brown and who I am. All right, on to the main part of this equation today. We're going to be looking at the top 5 most common questions that we've received so far since we've started promoting this program, because this is a brand new program. It hasn't been released yet. September will be the first time. So I thought it might be useful to link our coaching experience, or at least a coaching experience that aligns with each of the questions, as a way of demonstrating or reinforcing my earlier point about our programs being based on real case studies, but also to be able to answer these 5 questions and hopefully give people a deeper understanding about what we're doing and what we're offering and how it will support you as an executive. So I'll keep them short. Hopefully this will give you an idea. So if you have further questions, you can always send them through to support at coaching for the number 4 companies.com, but you'll see that later in the link. All right, so here we go. Let's dive into the first one. Question 1, who's the course designed for? And will it be relevant to my specific industry? Well, this course is tailored for executives. Call you a corporate executive, call you an entrepreneur, whatever you would like to be called by, but it's primarily for executives. Now, what we've done because of time zones is we've targeted executives in Asia Pacific and South Asia regions. So what does that mean? That means all of the subcontinent, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, if you like, as well as down to Australia, New Zealand, and all of the Asian area, China, through to, let's say, Singapore, Indonesia. So we're covering this range primarily because of timing, and we'll talk more about that as we go through. Now, who's it for? It's for executives who are transitioning in a new role or a job, either within the same company or into a new company. And while the course's principles and the strategies are broadly applicable across various industries, the core emphasis is on leadership. It's on strategic alignment, as well as achieving organizational impact. Therefore, regardless of your industry, you're going to find valuable insights as well as actionable steps that ensure that successful transition. So we're all about that. Now, when we talk about the period of the transition, we're talking that first 100 days. So what's the program called? It's called Quickstart, your first 100 days accelerator. And so we're focused on that period of time. Now, if we were to look at the first of our coaching examples, we worked with Rajesh, who was a newly appointed general manager of manufacturing in a manufacturing company in India. His company engaged us to help him apply strategies that would align with his team and streamline the processes in his plant. And through our coaching and through the guidance that we offered, in the first 100 days, he was able to significantly improve productivity, as well as reduce downtime, earning recognition, which is the all-important thing that we talk about in this program. We talk about quick early wins. And in Rajesh's case, That's what he was able to achieve. He earned the recognition from his regional directors. So hopefully that's, just gives you a bit of a synopsis of what I was talking about, the coaching plus answering the question. All right, on to the second question. What kind of outcomes and results can I expect by the end of the first 100 days? Well, by the end of 100 days, you're going to have achieved, as I've already just said, significant early wins. Who with key stakeholders. You will have secured alignment on strategic direction, as well as effectively positioning yourself as a leader within and with your new team in your role. So you will have fine-tuned your department. Now, I use the word department throughout the program, by the way. You can tailor the word to suit your scenario, whether you're a team leader, whether you're a regional leader, whether you're a CEO, this program is still applicable. I just use the one word, you tailor it to suit your own situation. So you will have fine-tuned your department structure and the processes. You will have evaluated the essential IT systems that need to be in place to support that alignment to the strategy, but to support the structure and the processes. You will have aligned your team with the company strategy, and you will have prepared for sustained success beyond the 100 days. So that's what you can expect as an outcome and the results from this program. The course, as I mentioned, is designed to help you make memorable impact quickly and lay a strong foundation for ongoing success. Now, in our coaching example, in this case, we work with Jane, who had transitioned to a senior executive role in a tech startup in Singapore, and she was able to implement a streamlined reporting system, as well as foster better collaboration across her teams. And by the end of her 100 days, the company saw somewhere around a 15% increase in project completion rates, as well as improved team morale. Yeah. So I don't want to overstate, but by the same token, I don't want to understate the enormous value that executives can gain by participating in this 3-day program. All right, let's move on to question 3. We're on a roll. We're halfway through. So how is the course structured, and what kind of support will I receive throughout the 100 days? All right, well, let's have a look. So as I've mentioned, we run over 3 days. Now in September, because we're releasing this course for the very first time, we're doing it as a beta test, and we're going to separate our 3 days across 3 Saturdays, 7th of September, 14th and 21st of September. So in day 1, you address your readiness for the transition and the new role. And then in days 2 and 3, you focus on 4 key milestones, each one of those addressing different aspects that you need to focus on during your first 100 days. So, for instance, milestone 1 covers, out of your first 100 days, it covers day 1 through to day 30. And we focus primarily on aligning with strategic direction. So if you're starting a new company and you want to align with the company and their strategic direction, so that you channel the energy of your department in that direction. And that requires you to do a number of things. And that's what we talk about in day 2 under milestone 1. Now we also cover milestone 2. Milestone 2 is also on day 2, but it covers from days 31 of your 100 days through to day 60. Now in that chunk, that 30-day, 1-month period, you need to get alignment with your department in 3 key areas, all right? In terms of the structure of the department, to make sure that the structure is organized in a way that aligns with the strategic direction. You need to ensure that the processes you have in place inside your department fit with the new structure, but also work in unison with the strategic direction. And then the third element in this 1 month chunk is that you need to, once you have the structure set up the way it needs to be, once you've refined or modified or improved or added to your processes, then you need to look at the systems that you have, the IT systems in particular, the technology that's helping support the processes and helping your team do what they need to do. So they're the three things that we cover in milestone 2 and that you would address during days 31 to 60 in the real world. Then on to day 3, which is milestone 3, looking at days 61 through to day 90. So the third 30-day or third month of this 100 days. And you're going to be looking at team alignment. So this is where you start to really zone in on the quality of the people that you have within your department, looking at your A, B, C teams, and really ensuring that you have the people that can align with the strategy and do what's needed to be done to achieve the results necessary. And then the last milestone, milestone 4, covers days 91 through to day 100. This is what we also address on day 3 of this program. And it's all about preparing for the next phase. So looking beyond 100 days, I mean, the reality of life and the reality of business and the reality of your role is that things don't just stop after 100 days. You have to be able to continue in the same vein. So in the last 10 days, you'll often hear people talk about the essential actions within the first 90 days. And that's what we've addressed so far. However, in the remaining 10 days, you now then need to start planning for the remaining or the next phase. And so we look beyond that 100 days. We look to the next quarter, so the next 3-month chunk, as well as beyond that overall period of 6 months. Now, throughout the course, you're going to receive continuous support, whether it's through online resources, interactive sessions that we run. This program, by the way, has been done virtually for the first rollout in September. We will be offering it both classroom form as well as virtually as an ongoing program. But for September, we're doing virtual. So you'll have online resources, you'll have interactive sessions, you'll have access to a community of peers and mentors who can offer guidance and share experiences that they've encountered in similar situations. So that's done through our C4C alumni. Now, additionally, there's going to be opportunities for one-on-one consultations to address specific queries and challenges that you're going to face, right? Everyone's unique. There is no one size that fits all, which just happens to be the title of our first module. There is no one size that fits everybody. You are going to have a unique situation, and we will try and accommodate any of your queries. And we have a question about that in a moment. All right, so in terms of coaching examples, Ali in Malaysia probably is a good example. So Ali was transitioning to a regional sales director's role, and we assisted him on aligning structure, specifically following our milestone-based approach that I just explained. And he used the strategic alignment techniques that we introduced in milestone 1 in module 3. To secure buy-in from his sales teams, as well as from his senior management. Now, this led to a smoother transition, as you can imagine, and initially they were able to hit their sales targets ahead of schedule. All right, so could they have done that without our support, without our injection and guidance? Yeah, it's possible. We won't say that it's not possible, but they achieved it in a very, in a way that was succinct, in a way that really stood the test of time going forward. All right, so question 4 of our top 5 questions. Can the strategies and the frameworks taught in this course be applied to any size of organization or team? Well, the simple answer to this is a categoric yes. The strategies and the frameworks provided in the course are versatile, they're adaptable, making them suitable for various organizational sizes and team structures, whether you're a startup through to a Fortune 500 company. I've personally applied them in Fortune 500. I've personally applied them in my own startup businesses. We've worked with customers who have applied them in a whole raft of different forms and sizes of organizations. Now, whether you're heading a small team, whether it's a large department, whether it's the whole company, the principles and the strategies and the alignment process and the optimization, the stakeholder management, you can scale it. And it can be tailored to fit any of your specific needs, as well as organizational context. So yes is the simple answer to the question. A coaching example for you is if we go to Hong Kong, Mei Ling, who took on the role of operations manager in a mid-sized logistics company, and she was able to successfully apply the principles that we coached and guided her on to reconfigure her team's workflow. Now, by her estimates and by her boss's estimates, this resulted in somewhere around a 20% improvement in operational efficiency, which of course, needless to say, is critical for managing the growth when you have strong customer demand, but it's also critical for managing growth through the process of scaling the business. All right, on to our final question. Our final question is special because it's the most asked question, hence the reason so many hands are up in the picture. I think our team calculated it was somewhere around 35 to 40% of all the questions somehow fitted into this one question. What if I have specific challenges or unique situations in my new role? Will the course offer personalized guidance? Absolutely. Now, you may be wondering, how many people are coming to this course? Well, there will be only 20 people. But why I can say absolutely is because of the structure of the course itself. So, of course, we have a general blueprint for success, yeah, that applies regardless of what role you're in, what problems and challenges you're having. But it also recognizes that, as I've said earlier, every executive's journey is unique. And you're going to have opportunities where you can participate in interactive sessions, as well as one-on-one hot seat coaching, where you can discuss or pitch, as we suggest, your specific challenges and ideas, and then receive personalized advice. Now, we go through only a handful of those one-on-one hot seat coaching during the 3 days. We have one each day, but you will prepare your pitch as if you were delivering that pitch and asking the question. So that in itself helps you get clarity. Then, if you aren't asked to participate in the one-on-one coaching, you're more than welcome to submit your pitch to our team at Coaching for Companies, and we will respond to you. We will reach out to you. We will answer your query personally, inside or outside of the course. All right. So you will have the opportunity to get personalized advice and coaching if you wish to have. Additionally, the community, which consists of a peer network, so you're going to have 19 other people that you will come through this course with. We have a maximum cap of 20. We normally have a minimum down around 12 so that we can make sure the engagement is there. So somewhere between 12 and 20 people in each future program will be your peers, and they will be part of your community network. And we do that through our C4C alumni. You'll be able to access that through the mastermind.com platform that you have access to when you register for the course. Now, what's the value of that? Well, you get to share that space, share experiences, and gain insights from that peer network. Now, there will be other colleagues in that alumni who you didn't participate in that course with, who will also be able to provide some ideas, suggestions, give you guidance, or maybe you can reciprocate and provide your input, your value to them. So there's a lot of opportunity to leverage the collective genius, as I like to call it, of this alumni that we build specifically for the purpose of peer networking. Now, in addition to that, I will provide additional training ongoing on a regular basis through that alumni, free of charge to you. And you'll have the opportunity to reach out to, as part of the alumni, you'll have the opportunity to reach out to our C4C group with specific questions if you need assistance, right? So hopefully that answers that question. But you can also engage with us if you want to, of course. If you really feel there's a value in it for you, then if you want to, you can engage us on a professional level as your personal coach. But that's your call. There's no pressure to do that. So to the last coaching example to support what we just spoke about, we're going to talk about a person by the name of Rani. And Rani assumed the leadership role at a non-profit organization in Sydney. And she was facing a unique challenge of trying to align diverse volunteer groups within the organization and their new strategic plan. So through one-on-one consultations offered with our coaching team, Rani received tailored guidance, of course, as you would expect. But the biggest thing was it really helped her achieve alignment and significantly boost volunteer engagement during this 100 days. So essentially what we do with a lot of our clients is they will approach us before that 100 days. In the future, we'll suggest that they come through this training course, but we will work with them through that 100 days to be there to hold their hand if they need it, to be a sounding board, to listen to their ideas, to offer them feedback, to hold them accountable, to do all the things that they want from us during this period. All right. So there's the 5 questions. I really hope that it answers them sufficiently for you. This is all about our new course called Quickstart, your first 100 days accelerator. I hope it's been useful and gives clarity, not just clear, but gives clarity on what you can expect if and when you attend. So let's just introduce the program a little bit for you. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. We're promoting it heavily elsewhere, but be aware that this is the first release. This is our beta release. We're doing it in September. We're going to spread the release over 3 Saturdays. Now, of course, in the real world, we may not do that in the future. When we release it full blown in October or November, then we may offer 3 consecutive days. We'll look for feedback on what is preferred. Now, we will also offer this virtually, both virtually and in-house. But here's the crazy thing. We're only going to charge for 3 whole days together. As part of our 5-year anniversary celebrations, we're only charging $50. for these 3 days. Now, that's crazy enough. But when you see the full extent of the package that is involved, then you'll just really understand how insane that is. Now, why are we charging $50? There is some psychology and neuroscience behind the reason why we're charging. If we offered it for free, what studies have consistently demonstrated is that the people that get these 20 spots have less ownership because they didn't pay anything than somebody who paid money to attend. Now, we want to ensure that these 20 people that turn up are there because they want to learn and grow. Otherwise, please don't take one of the 20 seats. All right. Now, the other reason is the $50 enables us to test a lot of our funnels, test the process, test the payment process, etc. for this training. So there's multiple reasons. I can absolutely assure you that it scratches the surface on the actual cost. All right. I will be facilitating this first September program myself. Normally, I don't want to skite or brag, but normally if I facilitate, it's in the area of $3,000 per day. All right. So off the bat, you've just saved yourself $8,950 in that one instance alone. So take it as a gift, but we're not going to shortcut any of the quality. In fact, we're there to improve the quality, and that's why we're doing it as a beta test. At the end of it, we'll ask for your input. What should we tweak? What should we delete? What should we do differently? How can we improve? That's going to be one of the roles of you as one of the 20 people. $50. I can't say it enough. You can see the link on the screen. If you want to learn more about this program, there's the link. Coaching for Companies /development/TTD/Quickstart. Yeah, I know. We could have made it easier. We could have simplified it. So that's the link. If you want to go to our landing page, if you want to read more about what you will receive, that won't cost you anything. However, there is even another bonus. What you can see on the screen is our freebie, which doesn't require you to register for this program and pay your $50. This is 100% free. The only thing you need to do is provide us with your details so that we know how to communicate to you to get you the link for this free combo pack. What's in the combo pack? You have a checklist, a Quickstart 100 days, first 100 days accelerator checklist. You have a short 5-minute video that introduces early wins and the importance of those. And then you have a 23-page ebook. Now, all these things are beautifully developed, designed, developed, and put together. And it's free. You don't have to be one of the 20. You do have to be one of the first 100. So we're offering this to the first 100 people that apply for this free combo pack. Now, here's the final piece of information that you need to be aware of. You only have until the 28th of August, midnight, to register as one of the 20 people and pay your $50 to attend. Now remember, just in case you forgot, who's this open to? It's open to everybody, by the way, but the time zone is what's going to limit it to mainly Asia Pacific and South Asia participants because we're operating on Hong Kong time zone. So the program will start at 9:30 in the morning, Hong Kong time, finish at 4:30 in the afternoon, Hong Kong time. So if you're in Australia, it's in September, no daylight saving, you'll be 2 hours ahead. It'll be 11:30 to 6:30 p.m. If you're in India, you're 2.5 hours before. It'll be 7 a.m. through to 2 p.m. and anywhere in between. All right. If you're in New Zealand, you'll be 4 hours ahead. So you'll be starting at 1:30 p.m. and you'll finish at 8:30 p.m. All right. So we're cutting off registrations 28th of August. 20 places available. Hopefully, you'll be one of the 20. Again, here's the link on the screen. coachingforcompanies.com/development/TTD/Quickstart. If you also would like, you can replay this recording, this live recording. You can do that by going to our website, to the page for our live broadcasts, and you'll find that at coachingforcompanies.com/ET-project-live. ET, executive talent, not ET come home. Executive talent, ET/project/live. Now, from there, you can go and watch the video on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the audio from there. You can read the episode notes. You can look at the full transcript of today, as well as any links that will take you to more on this topic. All right, so hopefully we've pretty much covered what you need to know. With that, I'm going to say all the best for now. We hope that you're one of the 20 participants that join us in September for this, what we believe is an extremely important career development program. And with that, I'm going to say bye for now from the ET Project Live team.
So what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button below and click on the bell icon so I can pop up in your feed occasionally with a great tip for your ultimate growth.